Hi, loves. Welcome to the Love Letters from Your Higher Self, the podcast. I'm so happy to have you here. So, I prepared a reading for us today, and I was looking for some spreads that would be like with the Halloween theme, and I found one that is a cute one, and I wanted to say that like it's gonna be playful, but at the same time, I don't want to make the same mistake because I once said it on my Russian Pick a Card podcast. I said, like, I found a reading, I found a spread, and I was like, it sounds playful, so it's gonna be playful. And it turned out to be deep as fuck. And so, like, I don't know what's gonna happen here. I don't know, is it gonna be, but like, they are always the readings are always like spot on, and this is why like they touch your soul, and this is why um they often are deep, even if playful. So but yeah, like when I chose this reading, I thought that it was playful, so we'll see how it goes. And I already pulled 3 cards for 3 groups from the Lenormand deck. That will be our identifying cards. Oh, there's something in my eye, and I just can't open it. So, I mean, like, I can open it, but, like, there is something in there that is... it makes it difficult to look, to see what's in front of me. Okay, but, like, I wanted to do a little tiny meditation before we start choosing our deck. I mean, choosing our pile, choosing our group. I want us all to like close our eyes. Close your eyes if you can. If you can't, don't. Um, I mean, if you need them. Well, I mean, like we all need our eyes. What am I saying? But you know what I mean. Like if you can, if it's possible for you now, if you're not busy with something, close your eyes and let's imagine that you already received the message that brought clarity into your life. And you were like, oh, right, I know, okay. I just realized that I didn't tell you the questions that we're going to be answering, but I will do that in a second. So imagine that you received clarity, you received the message that you needed to hear, and it was helpful, and it was inspiring, it was empowering, and feel the feelings, feel how it feels when you're like, oh, right, it makes so much sense. Thank you. Now I have this clarity. I'm so grateful. Now I know what to do. Like now I see clearly, and it's the feeling of relief, and it's feeling of inspiration. It's like gratitude maybe. And I want you to just be in these feelings for a little while and take a few breaths. Let's breathe together. Let's take a breath in, breathe in. Let's take a what? How it is called? Breath in? Anyway, inhale and exhale. Okay, and you can open your eyes now, and I will read to you the questions first, and then we'll look at the cards. So, the questions, there will be 3 questions, and the first one is, what is haunting me from the past? The second one is, how can I bury it for good? And the third one, what do I need to bring back to life that will benefit me? And this is the spread from Pinterest that I took from Cosmic Fairy, and I will leave in the show notes the name or the link, the name of the author of the spread. And now let's look at the piles, at the identifying cards for the piles. And for group 1, we have, and I wish I knew how it's called in English. Hold on, I need to check. Okay, it's called Scythe, and now I know. I learned something new today. So scythe is like this thing that you repeat the grass with. So group 1 is scythe, and group 2 is ring. And for group 3 we have a tree. I got confused. I'm so confused. Like, when I don't know some words, it ruins my self-esteem. I mean, like, it doesn't ruin my self-esteem, but like it messes with it. And then I'm like, oh, do I need to say the tree or a tree, the ring or the ring or the ring or a ring? Anyway, see? Oh my God. Now I can't record a reading because I forgot completely how to speak English because of it. Okay, once again, group 1, scythe, group 2, ring, group 3, tree. Okay, and if you want some more time to choose, you need to pause the podcast. And if you're ready, let's start, and you will find timestamps for each group in the show notes, and we'll start with group number 1. Okay, group 1, your identifier card was scythe, and I'm not gonna look into it right now. I will just start with the cards that I pulled for you for questions 1, 2, and 3. But usually, somewhere in the middle of the reading, this card that was your identifying card was like it starts making sense to me, and it adds some different flavor, to the reading. And then I will share it with you, why I feel, what I sense. Not why I feel, or what I feel and what I sense. And I can't speak English today. I'm sorry. Like, it's weird. But I want to say that I sense decisiveness. For now, this card for me is decisiveness. But like, we'll see. It's just something that I sense. But again, I'm not gonna look too deep into it right now. So the first question that we're gonna look into, that we're gonna receive the answer to, is gonna be, what is haunting you from the past? So let's see what's haunting you from the past that you need to let go. And I see it's like a dream, something like some regrets from the past that you, and I'm using the new deck here, and like I'm just getting familiar with it, and I think I need some help with other, like with the help, some help with the help, some help from other deck. And I will use the Wizard's Tarot for help because like it's one of my favorite decks. But here what I see is like your regret, your thinking, like you made some choice in life, or maybe some choices in life, and like everything is good, everything is great, you're taken care of, you're loved, you're supported now, but you keep getting back in your mind to, but what if like I chose that? Or it could be this fear of, but what if that what I didn't choose find me? Like maybe you made the choice in life running away from something, and now like you're doubting, you're scared, you're constantly worried, and you can't really relax because you think that the past will find you. And yeah, it keeps you alert, it keeps you in fight or flight, and you just can't receive, you can't fully relax and receive love and support from the universe, from your family, from your friends, I don't know, from the outside world, I will say, because you're worried that like some of your secrets may surface, and you don't want them to be found, and like it bothers you, and it keeps you up at night maybe, and it doesn't let you relax, and you're stressed, and this is what's haunting you in the past, from the past. And let's see, the next question is going to be how you can I want to say bury for some reason because like it's bury and like it looks like it should be read bury, but it's bury. How can you bury it for good? Let's see how you can bury it for good. You can just enjoy the present. Like, it's this classic advice that we hear over and over and over again from a lot of people, from a lot of coaches, that like the only thing that exists is now, here and now, right? And like when we worry, we're in the future that hasn't yet come. And when we regret something, we're in the past that is already in the past, and you can only live in the future. And if you keep getting back to that in like over and over and over again, it will be active in your vibration and you will be attracting it, and it's just worry. And what you need to do is you need to pay attention to the past. I mean, what? Pay attention to the present and like be in it and enjoy it, enjoy it. And I know like it's easier said than done because like the advice from your spirit team for you now is to just be in your body and not in your mind, and receive with your body and pay attention to your pleasure, and just have fun with it. And like it's about being in the body and not in the mind. And this is why, even like, I know that even for me it's easier said than done, and I know that like this is how it would be very helpful to live our life, but unfortunately, like it's not that easy. And let's see what else we have. The third question was, what do I need to bring back to life that will benefit me? And I will look at that card and we will receive the answer to that question. And then I will pull some additional cards for you, because like I feel that you need more help with this issue, because like it's a big issue. Like the thing that is haunting you is big and massive, and I feel like it's it's hard for you to just let it go because it's fear. You can't let go fear. You need to either work through it, or you need to make yourself help yourself feel safe. And so we'll look more into it, but let's see, maybe like this third card will help us to add more clarity to the situation. So what do you need to bring back from life that will benefit you is your curiosity. I think you need to stop judging yourself for being curious, for when like even for, I would say, being, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Not jealous, because jealous is like when you are jealous of someone, right? Or is it jealousy? Like when somebody has something that you don't and like you feel upset about this? Is it jealousy too? You need to stop judging yourself for feeling that way. Like when you see in the outside world something that you want, it's okay. And jealousy just shows us, is it jealousy? I'm not sure, but you know what I mean. Like it shows us what we want, and like we feel discomfort because we look at someone else who has what we want, and like we want it too, but there is like a vibrational difference between having it and like where you are right now, because you have some programming that is a limiting programming that you need to heal, and you need to, choose something else and something different for you. But it feels like you don't believe that you get to have it too, or maybe you don't believe that you're good enough or worthy of having it too, and this is why we feel what we feel, and we feel upset about it, and we feel upset about somebody having something that we don't. And what you need to bring back to life is this curiosity, is your ability to pay attention, your mindfulness when you feel emotions like this. And get curious. Get curious of, like, sometimes people come to my sessions. Oh, I need to move the table a little bit. Sometimes people come on my sessions, come to me to work with me. um, and they say, like, it happens very often. They say, I don't know what I want in life. And when we start working, like when I start channeling messages for them, when I start connecting with their higher self and with their spirit team, it turns out that, like, I forgot what I was going to say. What was I going to say? Oh, I was going to say that, like, it turns out that they know what they want, but they have so many limiting ideas inside their head that they're like, the constant dialogue that is happening within their, I don't know, heart, within their mind, is the inner child saying clearly, like, what it wants, and then their, adult slash inner critic, because, like, when we're just starting, when we're just in the beginning of our journey, of our spiritual journey, we sometimes feel that, like, the voice of our inner critic is our inner adult that is logical and realistic, and we need to listen to it more, which is not true. Like, adult and inner critic are two different aspects of us, and, like, our inner adult can and should be supportive of our inner child. But, like, the case that I see often on my private sessions is that a person would come and say that, like, they don't know what they want, and at the same time they start describing like, their situation to me, and I clearly hear their desires, but they don't. And they have all the limiting beliefs that say that it's impossible for them, it's hard, they don't have the resources, they don't have the money or the, I don't know, connections or whatever else, to, to go after their dream. And the case is that it's not about that they don't know, it's about that they don't believe. And why am I telling this to you is that maybe it's your situation. Maybe you think that you don't know what you want in life because you're too preoccupied with hiding, with being worried about the past, or being worried about that you had more in the past that you have now. And, and you can't, you're constantly in your head and not in your body. And what you need to bring back to life is your curiosity and your readiness to look into your desires and your thoughts. And maybe you got disappointed with the inner work or with the shadow work, or maybe you didn't try shadow work and you should. And it's about decisiveness again. Like, I'm looking at the card, the Identify card. That helped you choose the scythe, and let me see again. I want to look at all the cards. It's just like right now, to me, it's about saying goodbye to the past, like, decisively, make decisions that like the past is in the past. And even though I described it as such a big deal, and like for you in your head it's such a big deal, let's actually pull a few cards from the Wizard's Tarot. And I want to ask your spirit team and my spirit team to help us, like, with the advice. I want them to give you an advice on how to address this issue, your obsession over past, like something that is bothering you from the past, and like what to do with it. We need guidance. You need guidance. Let's see. So, it's about listening to your heart. The guidance, like how you can conquer your fears of the past, is not looking that way anymore. Don't look at the past. Stop focusing on it. Control your thoughts. You need to control your thoughts. You need to learn how to control your thoughts more. Because right now it feels like, you are feeling like you're a victim of your mind. I had a friend a few years back, and he used to say that, sometimes it feels like my mind is controlling me. And it's not me who controls my mind, but it's my mind who controls me. And like this is the vibe that I'm getting from you. It's like you feel like you don't have a choice, and you come back, like you constantly get back to to those thoughts, destructive thoughts that keep you scared. And follow your heart. It's time for you to stop, to let go of the past, and maybe do some practices on forgiving. Maybe listen to some guided meditations on YouTube. Search for like forgiving meditation, forgiveness visualization, something like that. But you need to let it go, and you need to let it you need to let bygones be bygones, basically. And you need to focus on what you want, and jealousy helps you with that. Like when you feel upset because somebody has something and you don't, it means that you want it too. It's your desire too, and maybe not exactly. Like, for example, my sister moved to another city recently, and when she moved, I felt this, pang of jealousy, and I was like, I want to move there too. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that. Like, I know how to look at jealousy and not judge myself. And I was like, it's interesting. I never thought I wanted to move to that city. But, like, okay, let's look into it. But then a few days went by, and I realized that no, I don't want to live in that city, but maybe I want to move somewhere. Like, I don't want to live in the city where I am right now, and I feel a little bit stuck here. But I need to start manifesting moving, like, because I do want to move. And that jealousy was telling me that I'm not paying attention to some of my desires. Learn to work with it. Learn to be curious about it, and learn to accept yourself. Like, what was the third question? What you need to bring back to life that will benefit you is this curiosity, is this self-acceptance, is this attitude where you choose to think that there's nothing wrong with you. And like, no matter what you feel, there's nothing wrong. You just accept it and you work with it. And you're like, okay, I feel like this right now, and I don't want to feel like this. I want to feel better. So how can we transform this, the feeling that I'm feeling right now, and feel better? So yeah, this is what I want to, and like I also want to pay attention again to question number 2 that was about how you can bury your past for good, and it was about being in the present moment and being in your body. Being in your body, enjoying the simple pleasures of life, like going outside, like I don't know, taking bath, like using your senses to help you to keep you present, looking at something beautiful, smelling something beautiful, touching something beautiful, you know, and enjoying your favorite people's company, and I don't know, making love, and going outside, or starting like working on your creative ideas, like you have so many delicious things that you could do, and you just, you're not paying attention to them because you're too worried. And I want to say to you, like, and this is what basically keeps me distracted a little bit from this reading, is that the new deck that I'm getting familiar with the help of this podcast, is Sexual Magic Tarot. And it's there are sexual pictures, like there are like slightly erotic pictures, and like and it's a new deck. I didn't work with it yet, but I enjoyed the pictures when I saw it, and this is why I bought it. And now I want to say like why I decided to bring it up, because like I didn't have to, is because like there is this theme, this erotic theme, this sexual theme that's happening. Like and I don't mean that there's something about like sexual theme in your like in your reading in general, but the images help to understand this. Like on the first picture, and the question to the first question was, what is haunting me? What is haunting you from the past? So there is this couple that is making love, and the woman is not really like paying attention to her lover. She's looking somewhere, like she's looking at something above her, and it's like on this picture they're making love behind the curtain, and on the other side of that curtain there is some men doing something. I don't know, like it doesn't matter, and like I can't see, he's very tiny, the picture of him is very tiny, but she's like not in the moment, she's making love to her lover, and she's not paying attention to the lover, she's thinking about something else. And then the second question was how you can bury it for good, and there is another couple making love in another place, like in the forest, where they are alone and they're enjoying it, and they are being playful, and they're smiling, giggling, and like, and like it makes sense, And I wanted to add this. I wanted to add this to this reading, that like look at what you're missing right now. Like you are in the process of your own life, and you're not paying attention to it because you're thinking about either present or the past. And like the key to living a good life is right here. Like get back to your body and pay attention to what's happening around you. And this will help you to conquer your fear of the past. When you just choose to enjoy the present moment. And it's so important. And it's such a good reminder for all of us. Like it's just so good. Oh my God, it's so good. And then, since we're talking about this deck and the imagery, I want to say also that the third question was what do you need to bring back to life that will benefit you? And here we have a couple making love, and then there is this man looking at them. And to me, it says that like it's as if you now on this picture were this person who's looking, or maybe, oh my God, This makes so much sense. I was going to say, maybe you are the man on this picture who is looking, and this is why I was talking about jealousy. Like, maybe pay attention to what you want, what others have and you don't, but don't judge yourself for them. I mean, what? Don't judge yourself for the feelings that come up, and don't judge them for having it when you don't. Just look at it and realize that you can have it too. Allow yourself to have it. But now I'm thinking that maybe you need to relax and let past be the past and forgive yourself. And what will help you to conquer your fears is if you just let the past be, and like that lady on the first card that was not fully enjoying, because like not fully enjoying sex because she was thinking about something like happening near her. And like on the third picture there's a couple making love and there's somebody watching, but they don't care. Maybe let it go. Maybe just stop trying to control everything and just enjoy what's happening with you, what's happening around you. Find a way to make like every experience pleasurable, and just like decide that what's not in your control is not your control, is not in your control, and let life guide you. Let the universe take care of everything else, and just trust that when you enjoy life and when you're being present and when you're enjoying your like everyday experience, everything else gets solved. And like this is what I want to leave you with, because this is such a good message. Just let it go and enjoy the present moment. This is what you need right now. And this is your Halloweenish, Halloweeny message. Maybe like for the next few, like maybe for next week, for the next week, try to do that. Make it an experiment. Maybe document your observations and try to maybe set a reminder for yourself a few times a day to get back to the present moment and enjoy the present moment more. And yeah, this is such a good message. I love it. I love it for you. And it's so inspiring to me too. And this is what I'm going to leave you with. Pile number 1, thank you so much. And also, I want to say the card that helped you pick the scythe, the scythe. It's about decisiveness. Make it with decisiveness. Like decide to do this and be, serious about your decision. Be playful, but like spend some time. I mean, like set an intention. This is what I'm trying to say. Set an intention and see what happens. Stay true to this intention for a while and see what happens. Okay. Now I feel complete. Pile number 1, thank you so much for choosing my podcast. Thank you so much for spending time with me. And I hope I helped you. I hope this reading helped you. And I appreciate you. I'm so grateful that you're here. And I want to also remind you that I have another podcast that is called Joyous to be podcast. It's my solo podcast where I just share my thoughts, share the inspiring ideas, and sometimes do collective readings. And I will be happy to have you there as my listener too. And if you feel called to connect, if you feel called to share with me how this reading resonated, and like how this reading resonated, and how it helped you, how it inspired you to try, to live in the present moment, feel free to connect, like to feel free to send me a DM on Instagram. The link is in the show notes, and that's it. That's all for you for today, and we are getting to the pile number 2. Okay, pile 2, your identifying card was the ring, and I'm going to ignore it for now. I'm not going to look at it for now. And like I usually do. I mean, no. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that I don't usually look at the identifying card in the very beginning. It just that like as the reading goes, it starts bringing some additional flavor to the reading. And when I feel like it makes sense, when I feel like I have now clarity why you chose this card, um, I will share with you what I feel and what I sense and what I see. But for now, we are just going to keep it aside, to put it aside and like not pay attention to it. But like, yeah, but your identifying card was the ring, and we'll see what it's about later. So the first question was, what is haunting you from the past? And I need to say to you, because I didn't say it in the very beginning for pile one, and later I still had to share this information with them. So I feel called, like I need to share this information with you too. I'm doing the reading today on with a new deck, and I'm not familiar with this deck yet. And this is why it takes me some time to receive the message. But what's special about this deck is that it's Sexual Magic Tarot by Laura Tuan and Mauro De Luca. Mauro De Luca. And like it has sexual images on there. I fell in love with this deck when I saw it. But like I'm doing the reading that is not sexual on it, and like it's not something new for me because I have a Manara deck, the Tarot Manara. It's also a sexual themed tarot deck, and like um it's not a problem for me. I just love working with different decks because like it helps me, I don't know, to like when I get used to one deck, it sometimes stops being fun for me. I work with a deck that I'm familiar with, and like the second I pulled a card, I know what it's about, and sometimes it's boring for me. Sometimes I like, mixing some decks and using a few in one reading or ordering new ones because it keeps me entertained during reading. I don't know if it makes sense to you, but it makes total sense to me. It makes total sense to me. So yeah, so I ordered a new deck, and it's Sexual Magic, and the pictures there are sexual, and I thought that it was irrelevant, and this is why I didn't say in the very beginning of the reading for pile one about this. But then I had to explain because like the pictures made sense. Like I had to explain what's going on the cards to explain additional meaning that I see, and um, it probably will happen for you too. And this is why I need to warn you that like it's a sexual tarot, but it doesn't mean that your reading will be sexual. It's just that pictures bring different additional meanings and additional explanations. That's why I love working with pictures and with different decks and with different styles and of imagery. And so like the first question that we'll look at is, what is haunting you from the past? What's haunting you from the past that you can't let go of? Let's see. It's Ten of Pentacles, and here's a woman enjoying herself, and she's like, there is a man near her, but he's like looking at her and not touching her. She's like, it feels like she's waiting for him to touch her, and he's not. He's like thinking about something, he's looking somewhere else. And what I want to say is that like, let me think, because like I started explaining to you like immediately what I see, because it's Ten of Pentacles, and it doesn't make sense like as a negative card, as something that is haunting you from the past. But when I started explaining, when I started describing to you what I see on the card, it started making sense to me. You know what I think and what I see and what I feel is that what's haunting you from the past is this feeling that you don't deserve what you have. You're like this man on the picture where There is a life that is open to you and expecting you to come and, take this, like accept this abundance, and you're looking somewhere else. You're working on some, oh my God, this is such a beautiful message. You're working on something else and you're like, no, I'm not there yet. And this is what we often do, like this is what people in personal development and spiritual development do a lot. They ignore the fact that they don't feel worthy of their desires already, just as they are, and they keep working towards their desires. They keep working to earn, what they want, and they keep doing all the shadow work and all the practices and like staying in the vibe, but they forget about this very crucial part of manifesting, which is accepting and receiving. And you need to look in front of you and receive what you already have, because you already have so much in your life that wants to be enjoyed by you, and you keep working on yourself. And like what's haunting you from the past is this feeling, this sense of not being worthy of what you want, and working on trying to deserve it, because like it's just a pattern that needs to be broken already, that needs to be healed. You're already worthy. You don't need to deserve anything. And just let it sink in. Just sit down and close your eyes if you can right now, and just let this sink in, and just accept this knowing, accept this information that you don't need to deserve anything. It's an illusion that you need to deserve anything. Like that you need to deserve what you want in life. It's just like somebody who raised you gave you this idea, this paradigm, because like it was easier to control you that way. But now you get to refuse to see the world this way, to see your life this way. There's nothing you need to prove. You don't need to deserve anything. You're already worthy of everything that you want, and you can just choose and accept. Imagine just like imagine that you go to a store like with the clothes that you enjoy, and you have all the money in the world. Like imagine that you're just so abundant, or even you can imagine that like what is the example that I want to give you? Imagine that somebody pays for you. Imagine that you have a friend who's like, I want to treat you. Like, I have enough money and I just want you to choose anything and everything that you want here in the store. And you're just like, and you're picking and you're trying things and you're choosing and you're deciding what you want. And like, imagine now that you chose a few things that you really enjoyed, and this person is ready to pay for them, but on top of it all, you feeling called to deserve it somehow, and you offer the people that work in the store, you offer them to mop the floors, to dust shelves, I don't know, to maybe work with other customers, because like you feel like you need to deserve like what you want, like this is what you do. This is what many of us do with our desires, where there is like this universe, there's this source energy that is unconditional love that wants to give us everything that we want, and she's like, okay, choose. I like how I said the source energy and then I said she. I like it. I'm thinking about it now. Like, it's so beautiful that it's a she. And she's like, okay, I'm willing to give you everything that you want. Just name, just choose what you want, and just, accept it and receive it. Be ready to receive it. And you're like, but I didn't deserve it yet. I need to do extra work. And this is what you do. You're trying to deserve what is already yours. And this is what's haunting you from the past. This is the pattern that, it's not a bad pattern. It's not a bad pattern. It's your coping mechanism. It's what helped you survive when you were younger. It's just that, you know, back then you made a conclusion that this is how life works, and it's not. It's just how your caregivers worked. That's all. Not the whole life. The whole life works differently. And yeah, you need to just heal that. You just need to heal that. Okay, let's look at question number 2. And the question number 2 was, how can you bury it for good? How can you bury it for good? This, inability to just receive. How can you bury it for good? Okay, let's see. It's 10 of Wands. Wow, you have 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands. And like you have a ring, like your identifying card was a ring. Like it's abundance, abundance, abundance. Abundance is everywhere around you. You're surrounded by abundance, you just don't see it. And like if you're now sitting there thinking like, yeah, well, if it's abundance everywhere around me, then where is it? It's because your filters, are not, how do I say it? I don't know how to not pronounce. Like, how do I want to finish this sentence in English? I'm not sure. Like, you're filtering this shit out because you're looking for new and new ways to deserve, to work hard before you feel deserving to receive, And this is why you filter all this abundance out. And like, what's not important for you, your mind won't show you. And you need to let your mind, let your brain know that what's important for you is seeing abundance and receiving abundance. And how you do that? You start receiving abundance from where you already are in life. Like, and this is what I said in the beginning, right? Like there's so much around you already that wants to be enjoyed by you. But you choose to work instead, instead of enjoying. Oh my God, you choose to work instead of enjoying. And like it resonates with me so much because yesterday I was procrastinating a lot and I didn't work, and I didn't enjoy either. Like I couldn't shift. Like I wanted to be productive and to do a lot of things that I planned to do. And I didn't. I was procrastinating and I was torturing myself. This doesn't happen often to me, but sometimes it still does. I couldn't just decide for myself, like, okay, I guess today we are chilling, and just enjoy each moment and just actually chill. I couldn't do it. And I was just being upset about it. I was trying to work, but unable to work, and I was like, really suffering inside instead of just relaxing and enjoying the moment. And like, what's the question? The question was, how can you bury it for good? And it's like the message is similar to what it was like for pile 1. And I need to tell you that if you were choosing between pile 1 and pile 2 and you chose pile 2, if you feel called, listen to yourself and trust yourself. But if you feel called, maybe listen to pile 2 to pile 1 too, because like the message was a little bit familiar. No, not familiar, a little bit similar, but not really. But like the answer here is like, how can you bury it for good is actually actively enjoy it. Just actively set intention on like, I'm going to enjoy what I have, and like be in the present moment, be in your body and actually enjoy what you have, because it's so important, And the like if you were interested in the imagery, since it's the sexual magic tarot, it's just, there's just a couple making love, and somewhere in the flowers, in some I don't know, near a lake or somewhere, I don't know, like, but they just doing it, and Like, if again, this is why I felt called to share with you that I'm working with the sexual magic tarot, because um like the how the imagery on the pictures shifts from card to card, from message to message. Like, we can't not look at it, because what was haunting you from the past, there was this guy who was not in the moment enjoying. Like, there is this woman who is like ready for love, and he's looking somewhere else. And um on in the second question, how you can bury it for good, is actually, hey, look what you have here, and like, look at this woman and go make love to her, because like, she's right in front of you and she's waiting for you, and you're somewhere else. Like, pay attention to what surrounds you and enjoy it, receive it, receive love right now. And like, oh my god, I'm so amazed by this deck already. It's so good. Holy shit, it's so good. It's just that, like, when I work with Manara deck, I don't usually feel called to share what's on the picture, because like, I understand the meaning, I understand the message, and like, it's not sexual, and I don't have to explain what I see on the picture. I almost never felt called, yeah, that's right, almost never felt called to share what's on the picture. And here, like, the images are so good, I can't not share them with you, because how they shift from one message to another is so valuable and so important, and I'm so excited about this deck. Holy guacamole. Okay. And so, like, question number 3 is, what do you need to bring back to life that will benefit you? Let's see. I pulled 2 cards here. What do you need to bring back to life that will benefit you? Is we have, oh my god, you guys, the cards today. So you had 10 of Pentacles and 10 of Wands, and now you have Queen of Pentacles and the Empress. What you need to bring back to life that will benefit you is your queendom, your sense of, I want to say entitlement, although I know that it's a bad, like, people use it in a sentence, in sentences, as something bad. So I guess there is another word that would explain it as a good thing, but I don't know that word. I'm sorry. I'm like, English is not my first language. So I will say entitlement, but you know what I mean, right? Feel entitled to all the abundance that's happening, like, around you, that you want. As if you would get into that, like, go into that store with that person who wants to pay for you, and you would be like, okay, everybody, I can buy. Like, my friend told me that I can buy, I can have, I can get, I can receive whatever I want here. Oh my god, I'm gonna choose the best. Okay, bring me this and this and this and this and this. I will try on everything here that I like, and I will choose everything, because like, I will take advantage of the situation. Because my friend wants to open-heartedly give me everything that I choose here, and I'm going to take this opportunity and to actually enjoy this process. Oh my god, everything I point my finger at will be mine in this store, and I'm so excited about this. This energy. And like, the question was, what you need to bring back to life. It feels like, it seems to me that you had this attitude before, but somebody made you think that it's a bad thing. Maybe it was back in your childhood, because children are like that. They just go to the store and they're like, oh my god, all these toys are mine, I want this one and this one and this one. And then the caregivers usually start explaining that, okay, no, I don't have money, we don't have money, we can buy that, okay, choose this or that. And this is how we learn that this mentality is how this life works. It's either this or that. And then there is like an abundance coach that tells you it's not either or, it's both and you're like, and you're trying to implement that, and you're trying to learn to live by this rule now, but it's harder for you because, like, because I like how Jen Sincero said that it's the little prince that rules our life. And like what we learned in our childhood still rules our life, still like how our life works for us. And it's just because we didn't know better and we just trusted our caregivers. And so, what you need to bring back to life that will benefit you is this, first of all, okay, let's see at the images on the picture. The first one is Queen of Pentacles, and there is this woman looking at her in the mirror. It's interesting that there is mirror. There was mirror on the first card where there was this woman ready for love and this man that was not looking at her, and the woman is lying on the couch, and there is a mirror on the ceiling, and like she doesn't look at herself, but there is a mirror. And here, the Queen of Pentacles also has a mirror in front of her, but she's looking at herself. She's enjoying herself, and she's in, like, there is a man touching her foot, and like she's enjoying, she's receiving his adoration. Is it the right word, adoration? Like he adores her, and she's receiving that. She's like, yes, I know, I'm the queen. So bring back this attitude of like everything in life is for me. And now I'm looking at the rain card that helped you choose, and it's again about like what I see, like the image that I now received is that like imagine that you bought a ring and it's so beautiful, it's so like so precious, so shiny, so amazing, so expensive, and you just hide it and you are not wearing it because like you're scared, or you just saved it because like it's your asset now, and in case of emergency you will be able to sell it, and you're not wearing it, you're not owning having that ring. Put it on and let the whole world know that you're that queen who has that expensive and shiny and gorgeous ring, and like she's not scared because all life works to her advantage, works for her, on her, and is ready to spoil her with like dozens of rings like that. And the Empress card, there's just a like there's no man on this card, there's just a woman, and she's like sitting on her throne, and it's telling me that like you also need to pay attention to yourself, like focus on yourself and what, like, because everything that is happening in your life is about you, and you is about the relationship between you and you. And when we focus on how we need to deserve it, there is some third party involved, right? Like we need to deserve something. It means that like we need to please something or someone so we could receive it. Like in the example with the store, you felt like, I mean, like the example that I gave, right? You felt like you need to please other people who work in the store, so you would be like you would deserve, or maybe I don't know, maybe you felt like you need to impress and please the friend that wants to give you everything, like he wants to buy everything for you. Like there's somebody, that you need to please. And the message here is focus on yourself. Bring the focus, bring your attention, like bring your resources back to yourself and pleasing yourself. And it's about your relationship with life. And life wants to give you what life has. I think that with the store, it would be even a better example if, for example, your friend had a store and you would like this friend would would invite you to the store, and say that like it's on me, you can choose everything. And that way you feel like you need to deserve it, you know? You're like, oh my God, it's not mine, and like this person will pay for it, and I feel like if I get it for free, then I need to work in the store a little bit, so I would deserve it somehow. And like when we take this metaphor and we use it like in terms of the universe, where everything that surrounds us is universe, and the universe is ready to give us so much more that is also a universe. And we don't have to deserve anything because we are also universe. And this is why it's like the relationship between you and you. You are that universe, and you have this image of something bigger than you that is not you, you know, that is just like, I don't know, the word sugar daddy came to mind. That you need to deserve it somehow, but that's not exactly the right way to look at things. It's just that you are a part of this universe, and this is why you can accept what's yours. Your home, you know? Now imagine that it's your store, and you, like the things that surround you, you bought them, and like you're going to sell them. It's your store, and you can choose what you want and not pay for it, you know? Or like, I don't know how exactly it works. Let's imagine that it's not your store, it's your home, and you bought so many great things for your home, and you're not using them because you feel like you need to deserve them somehow. It's your home. You can take everything that you want in there and enjoy it and use it, you know? And this is how it is with life and with the universe. You're part of the universe. Like you are the universe. And everything that you want, you can give to you. I remember this example that Abraham Hicks gave once. They said that like this image of Santa Claus. Imagine like there are kids, and there is this Santa Claus who gets to decide who is a good boy and who is a good girl, or who is a bad boy or a bad girl, you know, and like who deserves presents and who doesn't. And now you have to understand that you are that Santa Claus that is doing it to you. The universe is open and ready to give you everything that you want. And it's you who sits there and decides, was I a good girl or a bad girl? Do I deserve this or not? You can just decide that you deserve everything. And this is so important for you. Like, stop working towards, like, stop earning the things that you want. Just receive them. Be open to receive them. Look at it as like you can choose everything, and the universe is limitless. What are you trying to deserve, and who are you trying to please? You're not pleasing yourself when you're doing that, you know? You can just choose and have. And like, this is the message for you. Just put that ring on, wear it, own it. Love yourself unconditionally because the universe does. Why don't you? Enjoy your life more. This is such a beautiful. I was going to say a good and a beautiful. This is such a beautiful and good message, and I want to leave you with this message. And yeah, and that's it for today. Pile 2, thank you so much for spending time with me, for choosing my podcast to help you gain clarity, understand yourself and like what's going on with you better. And I appreciate you. If you feel called to share what resonated, feel free to send me a DM on Instagram. The link is in the show notes. And I also want to remind you that I have another podcast called Joyous to Be. It's my solo podcast where I just share some inspiring ideas and like some of my thoughts, and also do collective readings sometimes. And I will be so happy to have you there as my listener too. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Have a good day. And I will talk to you next time. And let's get into the reading for pile number 3. Okay, pile number 3. Your identifying card was a tree or the tree. No, it was a tree. I want to say the tree of life. Oh, sorry. I hope it wasn't loud. Um, I want to say the tree of life, but we'll see. Like, it's just a tree for now. A very beautiful, abundant, strong, powerful tree. But that's all I will say for now. We will just start answering questions, and then somewhere in the middle of the reading, I will feel called to share with you what the identifying card is all about, because this is usually how it goes. I don't read into it in the very beginning, and I just, like, somewhere in the middle, I start receiving, I start seeing and feeling and sensing this additional flavor that the identifying card gives to the reading, and this is where I will share it with you, and it will all make sense to us. But for now, let's just start answering questions. And I want to say to you, like I said to pile 1 and pile 2, that, like, I didn't feel it was necessary to share this in the very beginning. That I'm using a new deck that I'm not familiar with yet for this reading, and it's the Sexual Magic Tarot by Laura Twan, and the artwork by Mauro De Luca. Mauro De Luca. And I didn't feel it was necessary to say that, because, like, I have one more like sexual themed tarot, which is Tarot Manara, and I often do readings with the help of this deck, and I just almost never feel called to share what's on the card, because I'm able to, to get the message and to just translate it into, like, whatever situation, whatever area we are talking about. And, like, this is why I didn't feel that it was necessary to share with you that I'm using the Sexual Magic Tarot. But the images on this card, I just feel called to share with you what's on them oftentimes. Like, I did feel like sharing what's on the card for pile 1 and for pile 2, what's on the cards. And this will probably be the case with you too. And this is why, like, I need to tell you that it's a sexual themed tarot. It doesn't mean that, like, your message will be, your reading will be about sex, about your, like, sexual life or something. No, this was not my intention. And your reading will be about, like, what's going on with you and what's coming up for you, and how to heal that, how to alchemize that. But I will probably feel called to share with you the images, because they are, like, I did readings for pile 1 and pile 2, and I'm in love with this deck now, for sure. I was in love with this deck when I saw the pictures in the store, but, like, now I'm working with it, and I love it, because how the imagery changes from, from one card to another, from one message to another, from one question to another, is, like, it's so good, and it has so much meaning hidden in the imagery that, like, I'm just amazed, and, like, I'm so excited to work with this deck. I love this deck. And like, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it chose me again. This is again the case where this deck chose me, because I was looking for another one. I was looking for a tiny Rider Waite, like, what's it called? It's just Rider Waite. I wonder. I was going to say Rider Waite Smith, but, like, why Smith? Oh, maybe because it's Eugene Smith, artwork by Eugene Smith. Like, I was looking for a tiny classic tarot, I wanted tiny cards. And so I was looking for a deck like that, and I found this one, and I was like, oh, I was not planning to buy it, but I love it. Let's buy it. And now I'm working with it, and it's just, like, so good. I needed it, and I didn't know that I needed it. like my spirit team knew that I needed this deck. It's so, so good. Holy crap. Okay. So let's work with it. Let's get to the reading. So the first question was, what's haunting you from the past? Let's see what's haunting you from the past. So it's the Star card. And again, like, I get confused because usually it's a positive card, right? And when we think about something that is haunting you from the past, it's usually something like, it's supposed to be something negative or something, right? And here there's a woman, and she is like, on when we look at classic tarot, and the on the picture, like on the star card, usually a woman pours water on the ground, right? And here there's men, and she's pouring water on him, and this is what I noticed the first thing. Like, what's haunting you from the past is, I feel like it's your desire to please people, your desire to, you know, pour more into others than yourself. And you are like this, like, right now with this question in this reading, I feel like the star card is about, like, I feel clearly the words self-neglect. It's like you're not following your dreams, you're not putting yourself first in life. You are like this, how do I describe it? Not described it. How do I describe it? Um, it's like there is somebody in your life that shines bright like a star, shines bright like a diamond. And you are this grayish figure that is, I'm hearing this song by Britney Spears, like, I was born to make you happy. Like, you're not in the center of your life. This is what's been haunting you from the past. This idea, maybe this way of life. And, it resonates a little bit with what we talked about with pile number 2. So if you were choosing between pile 2 and pile 3 and you chose pile 3, trust yourself. If you feel called, maybe listen to pile 2, because it's a little bit about that, but not really. But like we talked about this, that it's a way of life that you learned somewhere earlier in your life, maybe in your childhood, that you need to be quiet and you need to, not shine bright and dim your light, because you need to put somebody else and somebody else's needs first to survive, to feel okay, to feel more or less safe in your life. And back then, like, this coping mechanism helped you survive, but you back then learned that this is how life is, and it's not how life is, it's just how your caregivers were, maybe, if we're talking about your childhood. Like, and now you need to learn that like, you want different. And the message, I mean, the question was, what's haunting you from the past? And what's haunting you is that, like, you want to put your life first. The star card is supposed to be about you following your path, following your dreams, and you want to do that. You're ready to do that. But there is this program where you're not allowing yourself to follow your dreams because you still feel like you need to please someone else. And you keep putting everybody else first and not you. And this is what's been haunting you from the past. Let's see, the next question was, how can you bury it for good? How can you bury it for good? You need to forgive. I'm thinking you just need to forgive. You need to forgive your past. You need to forgive those who made you think that, like, you're not worthy, you're not good enough. And you need to I'm thinking like it's a hermit card, and it's interesting that both cards are from major arcana. But like there is this hermit sitting and like he's looking at the candle, and there is a couple making love somewhere near him, but he's not looking at them. He's not joining them, He's like just sitting there, and he's not even like they don't concern him at all. And I want to say that like how you can bury it for good is that you need to leave past in the past. You need to let bygones be bygones, and you need to um I don't know, maybe it's a cord cutting practice. Like you need to somehow explain to your inner child that what happened in the past stays in the past, and right now, like it doesn't define who you are. It doesn't define your life. It doesn't define what you are worthy of, what you deserve in life. It's just the past, and it doesn't have to mean anything about your present life. You need to choose differently. You want to choose differently. You want to put yourself first, and maybe it's about going against the grain. I feel like, um, I feel like, you're trying to chase something like this people pleasing, this trying to please everybody except you, is also about that. Um, you're chasing somebody else's dreams. You think that you need to chase some sort of success that feels like success to whoever, like to society, to maybe your caregivers, to, I don't know, to someone, but not you. Like you want something else. You want something different. You want to follow your dreams. You want to follow your guidance. And it's time for you to, to maybe accept the fact that for others you may never be good enough. It resonates with my story, and maybe it's easier for me to just share with you how it resonates with my story, with me, and you will take from this like what you want to take from this, what will serve you. But it reminds me of when I was like 27 years old. I was also following this version of success that my parents had, and it was like having a job and being in a relationship and like getting ready to build a family, be a wife and a mother, and this is what I was chasing. And I didn't even know exactly what I wanted. I just felt that this life didn't resonate. I had a job. I was looking for a relationship. I just got out of one very big and like very abusive relationship. And I felt incomplete. I felt like there's something wrong with me. And together with all those feelings, I also felt like what's wrong with me? Why can't I be like every other normal person? I keep feeling like isn't there more to this life? Is that it? Am I just destined to go for work, like to go to work every day and to just like, I don't even know what I want, but I feel like I don't want that, and I want something different. I want to feel excited every day. I want to do something that fills me up every day, and like I want to feel good every day, And I don't. And it was important for me back then to accept me and to choose me. I chose me actually a couple years later. Um, but back then, the first thing the first time I actually chose me back then when I was like 26 or 27 was that I accepted that maybe I don't want a relationship for now. And it was a big thing. Like on my podcast Joyous to Be, I have two episodes called My Love Story, where I was sharing that like I'm not the only one, I'm sure. Like, it's just how girls are socialized. But like, I felt that when I'm not in a relationship, there's something wrong with me. And like, we get conditioned like that from like early years. That like, when I was a teenager, it was like, people, some relatives, some, I don't know, my parents' friends would often ask me like, "Are you in a relationship right now?" And I'm like, and like, if I say no, they're like, "Oh no, why? You're so beautiful. Like, you must have a lot of guys interested in you," something like that. Like, being single was like, it meant that there's something wrong with me. And back then, like when I was 26, the first major step that I took in accepting myself, and like being willing to disappoint my parents, was that like, I realized that I don't want to be in a relationship. I realized that like, after my last breakup back then, I realized that I didn't know how to build relationships that I wanted. And the relationships I could build, I didn't want, because they were abusive, and like, I wanted something else. In my dreams, the relationship was different, and I didn't know how to build that relationship. And I realized, like, I decided for myself that if I don't meet my Prince Charming, I will, like, I'm ready to be single for the rest of my life. And it was so scary to first admit it to myself. And then it was even scarier to say it to my mom. And I remember when I was sharing this with her, my voice was shaking, but I was determined. And I remember that she was like, okay. And like, she took it easier than I thought she would. And now I can say that like, it was very uncommon for my mom to accept it like that easy, but it was because energetically I was ready to, you know, to stay true to myself, no matter what she decides, no matter what she says. I was like, I made up my mind, and she felt that energy. And this is why she was like, okay. But why am I telling you the story is that I feel like you right now, like in the second question was, how can you bury it for good? And it was people pleasing and putting everybody else first and not you. How you can bury it is like, leave past in the past and leave those versions of success that society sees as success, but you don't, in the past too. Leave those things in the past, because your success, your happiness looks different. And it's time for you to choose you, and it's time for you to let past be the past, and maybe make peace with the fact that some people will never be pleased with you, no matter how, like, no matter how much you try. And like, every time you spend a lot of energy trying to please them, you betray yourself. Don't do that to yourself. And like, if you feel called, listen to those episodes on my podcast. I wanted to share with you some other. There is episode called My Story, where I shared my how I started my spiritual growth journey. And there are two episodes about staying true to. No, I mean, there are two episodes about my love story. I'll write it down. Love story, love story, story. Two episodes, and my story. I will leave to you. Like, I will leave in the show notes numbers of those episodes in the Joyous to Be podcast. And if you feel called, listen to, like, if you resonated with my story that I shared with you right now, maybe it will be healing for you to hear my story in those three episodes. and maybe you will, maybe it will be healing for you, and maybe you will take something from those stories. I mean, from those episodes, from my story, because I feel like you need to choose yourself, and you need to be with yourself. And like, maybe if it's about relationship, and maybe if you were thinking that right now you probably need to be alone but you're scared, like if we're talking about relationship and it was on your mind, then this is a message for you that yes, you thought right, you felt right, you need to be alone for a while. You need to take care of yourself. You need to learn how to treat yourself better. You need to learn how to put yourself first, and then from that perspective you will be able to build healthier relationship, you know. um yeah, so let's look at card number 3. And the question number 3 was, what do you need to bring back to life that will benefit you? What do you need to bring back to life that will benefit you? Yeah, and it's again about like it's about your interests, and yeah, we talked about it. Oh, where did we talk about it? Pile 2, pile 1. About a child that just like entitled. Yeah, we talked about it in pile 2. Again, if you feel called to hear the message for pile 2, listen to it, because here I want to also say that, like, pay attention to yourself. Take what you need. Take care of yourself first. And I want to also I want to mention that, like, the third question is about what you need to bring back to life. Like, you had this quality within you, inside you, sometime early, maybe like in your earlier life. And this is where, like, for pile 2, I was giving this example that maybe it was in your childhood, because children are like that. They don't feel like they need to deserve something or please someone. They get to a what's it called, toy store, toy toy store. It's called something else, but I don't know, kids store. And like, they look at all the toys and they're like, okay, I want this one and this one and this one and this one. And then the caregivers start programming them and explaining them, like, you can't have this, we don't have money for this, and you can choose either this or that. And this is when the child learns that, like, this is how life works, and you can't have everything in life. You can just choose either or, and you need to deserve it, and you need to be a good girl or a good boy to deserve it, you know. And like, this is not how life works. This is how your caregivers worked with all their programming, you know. And now you need to leave this past in the past, and you need to heal those programs, and you need to learn how to live on your terms. And to, like, oh my god, I feel like the message that like the reading for pile number 2 will be so healing for you too. So yeah, again, trust yourself, but if you feel called to listen to pile 2, listen to it. Choose you. What you need to bring back to life is your focus on yourself. Like, be attuned to your desires, to what you want, and start acting in your best interest instead of pleasing everybody else. And yes, maybe they will feel like you're betraying them, but like, you tried. This is also the message that I shared in my story episode on Joyous to Be, where I said that, like, at the age of 28, my mom told me that my dad and her would love to be proud of me, but I didn't build a career in an oil company, I didn't get married, and I don't have kids, and like, there's nothing to be proud of. And it broke my heart back then. It was so painful, but it led me to decision that I made, that like, I tried for 28 years to please them, and I tried to be a good girl, mommy's girl, and do everything that they want me to do, and I still didn't please them, and they still are not proud of me, and I'm not happy. And maybe from now on, I will do what pleases me because I will at least make one person happy, and it's me because I can't make them happy, obviously. And like, this is what I want to tell you now, that it's time for you to choose you. And even if they think that you betrayed them, so be it. Because you've been betraying yourself for so long. And I'm looking at the tree, at the tree that was your identifying card. And you know what I see here now and why it was your identifying card? It's like you honor too much your past. You honor your past too much. And it, like, you honor it that much that you're not letting yourself grow into a separate tree. You are still trying to be roots, the support system for other trees. And you were born here to be a separate tree. So you need to, like, grow into a tree. You need to let yourself grow in your direction that you choose. And it may be different. And we talked about living past in the past also in the reading for pile 1. So if you were choosing between pile 1 and pile 3 and you feel called to listen to pile 3, listen to that one. But I want to say that, like, you need to let yourself grow and you need to let yourself be separate from those around you. You need to let yourself be different. Because I feel like the feeling that I get now is that, like, all your life you feel like it's passing you by, and you're looking at it and you're thinking that, is that all? And why am I here? It doesn't feel fun. It doesn't look fun. It's just not fun. And I feel like you have this numbness where you choose to not feel a thing because it's painful to feel for you. And I'm sorry you feel this way. And at the same time, I know exactly what you feel because I felt like that too. I felt that I'm not capable of feeling happy. And this is like, if I open my heart to feel, I just feel a lot of pain. And it's so painful for me to feel, and I choose not to. And it took me a lot of, it took me, I would say, 2018, 2019, 2020. It took me 3 years of shadow work to heal all this grief, that I kept inside for so long. I can't say that it took me 3 years to feel happy. No, it maybe took me a year to feel happy, because the first year I was just healing my triggers and forgiving everybody and forgiving myself many, many, many times in every relationship where I let people, walk all over me and abuse me. And then I was able to actually feel good feelings, because, like, before that, feeling good was blocked in me because I was trying to suppress all the grief, sadness, anger, and I needed to let it all out. And it's time for you to think of yourself, to take what you need, to take care of yourself, And you maybe will feel alone on this journey for a while, and you will feel like nobody gets you from your circle. I also have one more episode on my podcast that is called when your family doesn't support you or something like that. I will write it down too. When your family doesn't support you. I will also leave the number of that episode in the show notes for you to listen, and I hope it will be helpful for you. But yeah, this is your reading, pile 3. Um, I'm sending you a virtual hug, and if you want to talk about it, send me a DM on Instagram. The link is in the show notes. And yeah, listen to those episodes that I mentioned. Listen to the reading for, actually, the reading for both piles, for pile 1 and for pile 2, will also be helpful to you, I feel. And also the episodes from the Joyous to Be podcast. Because you are not, like, I felt sad a little bit I feel sad to finish on this note because I would love to give you good news. But for you, like, right now, I wanted to say that it's actually not a bad reading. Because, like, I remember myself feeling like that. And when I was hearing more and more from different teachers this message that you need to take care of yourself, you need to be more selfish, you need to make yourself happy, you need to stop caring about everybody else and pleasing everybody else, you need to please you. It was a good message, it was a powerful message. I needed to hear that. And this is why I refuse to think that this is a negative reading for you. It's a positive reading. Like, it's a wake up call. It's time, like, it's a permission slip also to think about you, to be more selfish, to take care of you more. And, like, there are all these truths that I felt called to share with you that were so important for me that I'm now giving to you. The truth that, like, you need to make yourself happy, that if you keep pleasing everybody else, you won't be happy. Your happiness is not in the pleasing of everybody else, and they won't ever be 100% pleased with you. And like, you need to live your life, you need to let yourself grow, and you need to trust yourself where when your success, when your version of success and happiness doesn't look like what society thinks happiness and success is, because you have your own version, you have your own vision, and you need to trust yourself. And basically, like, if you're new here, welcome to my podcast. Welcome to my world. And I want to encourage you to follow my other podcast, Joyous to Be, because, like, this is my path. Choosing me, setting boundaries, learning how to trust myself, learning to trust the universe and abundance, and maybe keeping my distance with my family members because they don't get me. This is all that I've been through. And this is why your message resonates so deeply with me. It's like, I feel like this message is for me, like when I was 28, even 27 maybe. And now I'm 33, almost 34. I will be 34 in January. Um, but, like, yeah, welcome to my world, and I'm sure you will find a lot of helpful information on my Joyce to Be podcast. Yeah, and this is what I want to leave you with. I'm with you. Everything is okay. You can do it, but trust yourself. And it takes courage. It takes decisiveness. Also, the theme of the message for pile 1. So yeah, maybe first what you need to do is to start listening to this episode from the very beginning. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. From the very beginning, listen to pile 1 and pile 2. Okay, bless me. And then after you're done with this podcast, after you're done with readings for pile 1 and pile 2, you will have things to process and to think about. And maybe after that, not right away, but maybe find time to listen to the episodes that I mentioned in my Joyous to Be podcast. That will always that will also be helpful, and then you will maybe feel called to listen to some other episodes on that podcast based on the titles. And yeah, and that's all I want to say to you. You're okay. I love you. And thank you so much for choosing my podcast. Thank you so much for spending time with me, for choosing my podcast too, to guide you, to give you more clarity on your path, on your journey to yourself and to your happiness, the way you see it and feel it and want it. And I will also be very happy to have you as a listener on my Joyous to Be podcast. And that's all. Have a good day, and I will talk to you next time. I love you. Mwah, mwah. Kisses.